Hey, Milgram, what are you doing? Nothing. Just hanging out. We'll get into it right after this.
Hard, play hard, grind hard, stay hard, no, we stay out, make your way out, but I just can't stop, won't stop hustling.
Power Book 2 Go Season 2, Episode 8, titled Drug Related. Let's get into it. I like to call this episode Ocean's 11. Tariq's 5. Listen, if you ever see the movie Ocean's 11 with George Clooney, and he recruits like Bernie Mac. I think Brad Pitt is in there. It's a bunch of A-listers in there. And they go on a heist for this casino. This what this episode was. If you saw that movie, you would know they directly took that concept, but just made it a hood heist. And it almost worked out for the post. I was on board with it for the most part, but it got a little sketchy at the end. I'm like, they just was taking way too long on that damn heist. But anyway, great episode, man. I was right. I just want to say I was right. And listen, if you haven't seen the episode, this will contain spoilers. I'm warning you now because I'm going in. I'm going right in. I'm not waiting. I'm going right in. So I'm going to give you another warning. If you haven't saw the episode yet, and I don't know why you haven't, what are you doing with your life? No, maybe you just don't got Starz app. You're just waiting until it comes on normal time. You shouldn't even be watching this right now. And I'll put it in the title of the video. This will contain spoilers. Let's talk about it. The gang needs some money. They decide to go on a heist. And who else to do it but the people that's going to do it. So Tariq puts this plan together. He has Effie, Braden, Kane, and Monet at the round table coming up with this. Monet's job is to distract Lorenzo. Tariq's job is to distract Diana's nosy ass. And Kane has to bring in Drew and Guapo into the fold. And it's a double cross. They're going to kill Guapo and then blame it on his gang and just completely exterminate their whole gang. And I thought it was a pretty decent idea. I have no idea where Effie learned how to disconnect power or how she got in the building. Who knows? It's TV. Because I remember even getting into that building, you had to be buzzed in or something. Or maybe Tariq remembered the code from last time, I'm guessing. Or maybe Kane gave it to her. That is a possibility. But who knows? And I think that's going to come back to bite Kane in the long run. Couple of stands out from this episode. The person who I thought we knew we were getting some big deaths. The person who I predicted, you can watch my video. I'll put it at the end of this. I predicted that the chef was going to die, and he died. I was screaming when he died. I said, I told you. I don't know who I was talking to, but I told you. I knew he was going to bite the dust. I knew it. The way Mecca was talking to him, I said, yeah, he's out of here. I thought he was going to die sooner, when he went down to check the power or whatnot. But no, he wound up, Mecca actually wound up killing him. And I'm like, damn, Mecca don't give a fuck about nobody. And I don't know, I think he knows Kane was the one who crossed him, but I think he's just trying to put a little more fear into Kane. Or we'll see next episode. Maybe he don't know, he'll discover it. And as we see him shooting at Monet or getting his, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, the chef wound up dying, and I like the chef, man. The chef was about that damn life. But no, he didn't make it, man. Let's get a moment of silence for Chef. And that nigga was never cooking no damn food either. Like, I'm a chef. You got me doing drug runs and all kinds of shit. I just want to cook this food and go the fuck home. And Milgram. As we know, Professor Milgram is no longer with us. Yes, she's gone. She gone. Bye-bye. And I wasn't so bad, so sad. And I wasn't the least bit sad to see her gone. Diana went from being in my top 5 to not even mention at all. Bars, that was a Jay-Z line, by the way. Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened to her, dude. She was easily becoming one of my favorite characters, and now she is just like a little snaky little rat. I'm trying to think of who I could equate her to. She like the new Sax. Like, I actually like Sax now, and I don't even like her no more because that's just some snaky shit to do. We had dinner. We try to eat dinner as a family, and you just decide to just air out all your grievances, and then Zeke happens to be over there eating. I'm like, come on, man. And Zeke dumbass 34. Auntie, hold on, I'm not 19. Do your body feel like it's 19? Do you look 19? You clearly look 34. What are you doing? Auntie. She like, that's not your auntie. That's your mama. And Monet was like, you little bitch. Yo, I loved every minute of it. I swear. All right, we're going to do a whole recap. We're going to get into it. I had to touch on that shit. I couldn't wait. Starts off there in the courtroom. The prosecution is trying to get Tariq heavy. At the same time, Braden and Effie are meeting with some bozo ass white dude to get some product. And it's stepped on, and Effie's like, nope, we're not doing this deal. And this dude got everything. He got weed, pills. He got pretty much a plethora of drugs. Effie says no, and they decide not to do it. In the courtroom, they learn that there is a new witness recording in the testimony that Davis doesn't know about. So he approaches the bench with approaches the bench with the judge. I tried to do that smooth and fast. It didn't work. And he's like, listen, I didn't know about this, yada yada yada, and it's not allowed, or they get to hear the recording first. Tariq's not allowed to hear it though, but they get to hear the recording, just out of the safety of what's going on. Tariq's trust fund guy is at the courtroom as well. I don't know what he's doing there. He's just like, yo, what are you doing here for? He's just like, man, I'm just keeping an eye out for you. But he learns that Ghost has put some other motions in place too. In the event that I guess he loses, the family completely gets wiped out. He wants his sisters to get adopted by a good foster family, get her name changed, and she's supposed to get her record sealed so she's not nowhere to be found. And I'm like, this is their way to just kind of getting her off the show. That's what I'm guessing. You know what I'm saying? I guess they really don't got no storylines for her because they can't make Tariq into a young parent right now. It just wouldn't fit it to what he got going on. And so yeah, that's why he's there. But about this tape, it's crazy. That she tried to play this tape without telling them and just put Lauren right in the fucking fire pit. I'm like, wow, she got no kind of discrepancy, no discrepancy at all. We see Monet and Diana hollering about it. And listen, the fucking sweater Monet had on, that Chanel sweater with the double C on it. Come on, man. You can't tell me Monet ain't best dressed on this thing, man. That sweater was fire. Fire. I was like, yo, fire. We see her and Diana kicking it about something. And she gets a phone call. And it's Dante, obviously. And Diana nosy ass go to check and see what's going on. She overhears her talking to Mecca. And we see in his hand, he got a big ass diamond, man. Flawless. Fucking blue. I don't even know what that shit was. That shit was fire though. He's looking at it. And Kane busts in the room. And he hurry up and put the diamond in there. So Kane knows there's something special in there. And I think that's what might come back to bite him in the ass. Because he's the only one I think saw specifically where that was. And the fact that Dante mentioned it, or Mecca mentioned it when Chef was in that room. He's like, stay out of that room. Because I don't think he wants Chef to see the diamond in it. And but Kane is already picking up on the vibe. And it's funny how he points to him. He's like, get out of here. And I'm like, Kane, rude as hell, just busting up in people's rooms and shit. Needless to say, he don't know he talking to his mama. Lauren is in the office with the dean and her parents, and they're discussing the situation at hand, and they're trying to get out of actually they're in the prosecutor's office. I'm sorry, and they're trying to get her out of testifying. They're like, is there any other way? And she's like, no, you got to go on the stand. And she's like, well, she was coerced into doing this. And he's like, well, you shouldn't have had drugs in your room. And I'm like, why you just don't say those wasn't your drugs? But I guess it's too late at this point. But I thought that would be inadmissible because I think Milgram she acted as a false lawyer or some shit, I thought. So I thought that automatically was inadmissible. But hey, I don't know. We see Diana nosy ass snooping around in Monet's office or her room. and she finds Zeke's birth certificate and calls the hospital. And we find out that she learned that Zeke's real birth date was in 98, not 2003 or 2. Or 2, because that's when my brother was born, 2002. He's 19. So Zeke old as fuck. Yeah. Yo, Zeke is fucking 38. He was like, hold on. That means I'm falsifying a record. I'm not gonna be able to get drafted. Like, I'm sorry, I can't stop laughing, dude. That dude is so goofy. And she finds a picture of Zeke inside a Bible, and I'm like, yo, this bro is nosy. Like, go fucking fuck Tariq or something. Get out your mama's business. I'd never, ever in my life growing up would have did no shit like that. You remember they say, stay out of grown folks' business. You get popped in your mouth for even fucking speaking the wrong way when I was a kid. These kids right here, boy, I don't know what she got against her mama. We see Tariq comes back from court. Effie is ribbing on Braden. And, you know, she tells him about the work. And they're like, yo, what the fuck, like, what are we going to do? When they come up with the plan. And he's like, yo, it involves the Tejadas. Right as he's talking, he calls, and you see Monet phone ring, and Kane's like, no, don't pick up for that nigga. I'm like, yo, this shit funny as hell. But they wind up meeting up, and they got a little secret sweet location too, at like a coffee shop, like in the back somewhere and shit. You know, he buys a smoothie or some shit, and then he goes in the back. I think he gave her like a bankroll or something too. I guess they renting the place out, and they go in the back and meet up. I'm like, okay, they on some old fucking 007 shit for real. I like this shit. I'm like, okay, I see what they got going on. And you see Braden and Effie walk in, and they're like, yo, what is this? The fucking, I think she said the Breakfast Club, or she said something funny. We see Kane obviously trying to flirt with Effie. Like, yo, what's up? I'm like, yo, I love Kane, man. Kane don't give a fuck. He gonna shoot his shot. Shady ass nigga. But they devise this plan to rob Mecca, and obviously Kane is like, what? Like, hell no. Like he's scared to death of Mecca. Like, man, this nigga's like Rambo, dude. Like, hell no. And they hatched the plan though, and they put the plan in motion. And he's like, yo, I'm gonna do this, yada yada yada. And Drew actually came when they bring Drew in. He's the one that actually comes up with the plan to send Diana with Tariq, cause he's like, yo, I need you. I'm gonna do Guapo, and Drew's like, nah, it's only one thing. I need to do Guapo, and he's like, all right, you think you can handle it? He's like, I can handle it. And that was just a little funny exchange, little brother exchange. Like, hey, bitch. But they're like, yo, what we gonna do with Diana? And she's like, oh, just tell Tariq, text her, she gonna go running. And sure enough, she did. Tell her to go to court. And she took her little skanky ass to court. I gotta look nice for my man. Tariq is out here like a big dog. But anyway, Tariq goes to see Davis. And listen, man, shout out to Davis. I saw this on Twitter. This picture right here. Somebody said this Davis carrying the fucking whole episode. Kudos to Method Man. He has done a phenomenal job. Easily one of my favorite characters on the show now. When he's interrogating Milgram, just fucking destroying her. I'm like, yes, that's what I'm talking about. But anyway, he's in the office, and he kind of tells Tariq the recording is there, but I can't play it for you. But he walks to the bathroom, and the old lawyer trick, and Tariq plays the fucking tape in. And man, he's tight. He storm up out of there, and you see Sax. Hey, I couldn't help but hear that you listened to that recording. Hey, like, what are you doing to do? What do you like? Don't do nothing. And Tariq like, yo, what the fuck? Like, he couldn't believe it. He was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, how would y'all just? I don't understand. You know, he just can't believe it, man. His girl, that's his love of his life. You know, he really care about Lauren, man. And I think that's his weakness. That was the same shit with his pop's weakness. Angela was his weakness. And if he could get rid of her, though, he won't have no weaknesses, though. But he got Effie in the meantime. But then you see Sax banging the prosecutor, and then he kind of lets it slip that Tariq heard the recording. So she kicks him out the fucking room and calls around and tells him that and if just trying to get Lauren safe into a safe place. So she calling Milgram to get Milgram safe, and you see Milgram get the phone call, and she takes it and she rushes up on out of the room, and she goes to see to Lauren's room to see where Lauren is, and Tariq's in there, and she's just like, they get into this little conversation, which was a good scene, and he was just like, yo, how could you let her do that, yada yada yada. In the long run, what he did was mind fucked her, like reverse psychology, and made her take the place of Lauren so Lauren won't get hurt. He's like, man, I'm not here to hurt her. I'm not the one hurting her. You is. If I was you, I would testify her. What you should do is testify on her behalf. And he puts the seat in Carrie's head, and I was just like, when he did that, I was like, this is a smart motherfucker, because she know damn well she get on that stand, Davis gonna destroy her. So Tariq outsmarted her pretty much. We see that Monet and Lorenzo are going to Coney Island, like they fucking 17 again. Monet look like she don't want to be bothered at all. But she got to play it off like, yo, where you going? Oh, I'm going to Zeke's game. Monet like, And she sees she all dressed up, and she does the same thing Diana does, go digging in her room, and she finds some condoms, so she knows that she's fucking now. She's like, oh man, I thought Tariq was hitting that raw too. But good for him, he wearing condoms, he don't want no kids. Next day we see Milgram approach the prosecutor, and she tells him that she wants to testify, and they allow her to do so. And the prosecutor gives a little light little questioning, nothing crazy. But Davis get on that stand. Whoo! I felt for her myself. I was just like, I'm looking around like, man. He was like, yo, didn't you sleep with me? No, he's like, didn't you sleep with Officer forget the guy's name. Didn't you sleep with the officer? She's like, yeah. Didn't you sleep with Jabari? He like, didn't you sleep with me? I was like, yo, he killing her. He's like, and then you sleep with Zeke Cross? And she can't lie under oath, and she said, yeah. And I was like, oh, she done for. He was like, yeah, it's needless to say, what's the protocol for teachers sleeping with students? And she was just like, I know the protocol. And he was like, yeah, needless to say, your career is going to be done. Even back at the house, she get a call from the dean. He's like, yo, why don't you come in a little early tomorrow? I'm like, yo, I said this in my prediction video. I said, I don't think, and I was wrong too. I was right, but I was wrong, because I said, I don't think Milgram's going to be killed. Tariq can't just kill her, because that's going to be too obvious for him. But she wound up getting killed anyway, in a different type of way, and the way it was done. But Davis killed her on that stand, man. The whole court gasped when she said, ain't you sleeping with Zeke Cross? She's like, oh. Diana was like, oh, shit. I don't think Diana knew at the time. But yeah, that was like a good look for Davis and Tariq. We see Monet and Lorenzo are at the Coney Island, having a good time talking, bonding, good shit. And you see the stands that say Nathan's. Is Nathan's really like a big thing in New York City? My New York people, hit me up, man. Because, Buffalo, we got Salines hot dogs. Those are Salines. I do like Nathan's. I started getting Nathan's recently because I'm trying to stay away from the pork. But is that the thing out there in New York? Is that the main hot dog? Back at Mecca's apartment is the scene we all saw in the clip earlier, if you watched it during the week, where the power goes out. They're all chopping it up. He's yelling at Chef. Chef is going in some kind of closet to get some big ass guns. I'm like, what the hell going on? And he like, yo, you getting ready for war or something? He's like, hey man, if you got to get ready, you already lost. So Mecca is just like, he's ready. He's militant minded. He's just ready to go at all times. TTG. Down at the hangar, we see Mecca get a call. And as he's getting a call, one of his guys gets shot. He's like, yo, we got to go to the hangar now. And we see it's the TGD crew or whatever they is. They just knocking off his guys. And all of them wind up getting knocked off except one. and they wind up stealing Mecca's product. He's like, where's the product at? I don't see anything. He's like, he said it was in here. And they look closer and shit, and they see that it was underneath there, a bunch of pills and shit. I'm like, uh-oh. It's crazy. But they wind up getting, taking everything. And then you see at the apartment, Mega's like, come on, let's go. Everybody's heading over to the hangar. And we see when they left, Kane actually left the door unlocked. So when Drew and them get on. Afterwards, we see down in the van, Braden, Drew, Guapo, and sitting in the van, and they're waiting for Effie. She cut the power, comes to find out. And she's all dressed up like a schoolgirl. She knows she's playing the damsel in distress role. So she comes, gets in the van, and they're waiting for Mecca to leave. And once they see him pull out, it's go time. You know, she heads over to delay the power even more. You know, so the cameras and whatnot can't catch her. And then we see Guapo, or whatever his face, and Drew go up to the stairs and walk up to Mecca's apartment. And it was crazy because Braden played the role too. He played the white rich kid role and distracted the guy while they came in. He was like, yo, I'm a gamer or some shit he was saying. I'm a jock or blah, blah, blah. I forget what he was saying. And then we see Effie distracting the guy. Like, oh my God, my grandma's having a heart attack. And then she takes the lady. She's like, now. See, Lauren couldn't have did no shit like that. See, that's why I like Effie, because Effie understands him. And she said that at the end of the episode too. She said the problem was you couldn't be yourself around her. You was trying to be somebody else around Lauren. You couldn't be yourself. And I was like, damn, that's some real shit, she said to him. Good job, writers. But we see them walking up the stairs. And when they was walking up the stairs, Drew and Guapio, whatever the fuck his name was, I'm like, nigga, y'all walking slow as hell. Like, hurry the fuck up. This is a mission. These motherfuckers just lollygagging like, Then Drew eventually decides, and listen, Guapo, I think, know what's up. Because he giving Drew money. He giving them some grills. He know what's up. And Drew like, man, I appreciate the cash, but I'm still about to blast your ass. And then Guapo grabbed the gun. They get in a tussle. And then Drew wind up just overpowering him, whooping him, and then just strangling him. I'm like, ooh, Drew is a savage out here. But it wasn't looking good for Drew for a minute. I'm like, oh, Guapo about to get his ass, or he about to get loose or something. He's like, who put you up to this, Kane? And he was like, nah, I did this. Some shit I said. I'm like, oh. At the hangar, Mecca goes. He tells Kane to stay with the guards, and then Chef to go with him. He's like, yo, we about to go to the apartment, gear up, and we about to go get the TTGs or whatever they call. And and it's on and popping from here. I'm trying to fast forward. So Drew's finally in the apartment after taking fucking forever. Like, this dude done killed somebody. He something else. He's supposed to be in there probably fucking 5 to 10 minutes tops. He in there probably for like a half an hour now. Like, he done killed somebody. He walking up the stairs slow as hell. And then he's still in the apartment now. He's looking around for the ring and shit. He finally gets the ring in the bag. But Chef winds up coming back to the apartment. Mecca actually went to the hood to find the TTGs or whatever the fuck their name was. And Chef was supposed to go to the apartment, I guess, to get some more some arms. And Drew's walking around and shit. He gets the ring and he hears Chef, and he's hiding in this closet with these weapons. And he's trapped in there. And then, and this is what made me have a lot of respect for Kane. And realize Kane really do fuck with his brother, yeah. Because a lot of people saying Drew was gonna kill Kane or Kane was, nah, they really like love each other. Because the way he was running for his brother, I was like, yes, that's what you supposed to do, man. You supposed to run for your bro and look out for bro. And that's what he did, man. He didn't want nothing to happen because he know something happened to his brother. Lorenzo gonna have that ass, Monet gonna have that ass, and Mecca gonna have that ass. There's a bunch of asses he about to have. He like, yo, I gotta get him out of here. So he wind up coming. He plays something off with the guy. He's like, yo, he just texted me or called me. He's like, all right. And then he goes to see Chef, and he distracts Chef while Drew's walking by, and they're loading up and shit. So I don't know if that was going to come back to hunt him in the ass or not. It pretty much didn't, because at the end we saw what happened. We see Effie looking at the ring, and I thought she was about to say something. She was like, ooh. And then we see Davis looking at it. And that's what Tariq gave to Davis for the lawyer fee for all of them. So I'm like, that ring must have been a bunch of money. And then come to find out, that was really Monet's. It's crazy. I can't wait till they find out, like Monet find out that Mecca is fucking Dante and shit. I'm like, yo, this shit about to be crazy. About to be a lot of secrets going revealed. But Davis happy as hell with that ring. At the dinner table, that's when everything spilled out. Everybody was making, what's the name? She was like, yo, where you go to Tariq's game? Or to Zeke's game? Where you and Drew go? He was like, oh, we went to Zeke's game. Zeke dumbass, I didn't see y'all up there. She's like, well, we didn't sit in our normal seats we usually sit in. Oh, okay, I talked to Coach. I'll put y'all out because I can't have that for little cuz, right? And like, yeah. And then all of a sudden, everybody know where each other was at, though. But it was just, they was like nitpicking at each other. And then it just went, shit just went sideways, you know? Diana just started spilling all the fucking beans. I'm like, oh my God, dude. She was lying about being there. He's like, probably was with Tariq. And he's like, oh, really? Oh, well, you was the one who switched the bricks for sugar, and then to work your way back in or to get us with this new connect or some shit. I'm like, oh my God, why did she say that? He was like, yeah, I did. He's like, cause you was icing me out, Mom. So Lorenzo mad, Monet mad. She's like, yo, how could you do that? Blah, blah, blah. And then Diana keep taking shots at her. Oh, you ain't the only one with secrets. And she like, well, I seen that you fucking Tariq. How about that? Kane's like, I knew you was gonna let that nigga hit. I'm like, yo. And Papa Tejada like, baby, Tariq? Seriously? They do not like that Tariq, boy. That's one thing Kane and Papa Tejada got in common. They do not like that damn Tariq, boy. He's like, really? Tariq? And then Kane, he's like, yo, Drew ain't clipped that other nigga yet, Wallace. He's like, you still ain't clipped? It's fun. Papa like finding everything out, like, what? Like, everybody got shit going on. He like, what the fuck? Are you going against the family? You let him hit? You didn't kill him yet? You cheating? You need to leave. I'm like, yo. Man, I feel bad for Papa Tejada, man. Papa Tejada ain't do shit but come home and try to keep the family together. And this shit he got to deal with. As that comes out, Diana spills the beans that Monet's been talking to somebody named Dante or fucking with somebody named Dante. And Mary J. Blige like, you little lying bitch. She lying. And she's getting held back. I'm like, oh my God. And then she's like, yeah, Zeke, Dante, your dad. He like, Dante. She like, yeah, Dante, that's your dad. That is your dad. She's like, she lying. He was like, no, Auntie said that's not my dad. That's not my dad. She like, that's not your auntie, Zeke. That's your mom. I called the hospital. Your birthday, they didn't have a Zeke Cross born in 2002, but they did have one born in 98. I was like, he was like, 98. So hold on, I'm not 19. I'm 23. I'm like, yo, you big stupid fuck. Oh, that mean I could get disqualified. And then she was mentioning the fact that she got an exit plan. She wants Zeke to, Zeke's the exit plan. They want her to ride the coach. She was just spilling all the beans. I was just so turned off by that. I'm like, this just took you from 8 to a fucking 4. You just not loyal. This your family. Like, family is family. Secrets stay secrets. Well, I guess they was talking about it amongst themselves, but she did spill all this to Tariq too. So she just, man, mind your fucking business, man. That shit ain't worried about the shit you can control at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? That shit just had me tight. I was just like, man, I can't believe this little sneaky little bro. For real. So Zeke rushes up out of there. Mary J tries to hold him back. And he like, yo, I got to get up on out of here. And Papa Tejada like, yo, I think you should leave. And they all just staring. Everybody just like, Drew staring at her. Kane looking. He like, yo, this shit is tough right here. They don't know what to say. You know what I'm saying? But she's calling Zeke. He's not answering. We see Dante done committed genocide on the whole fraction of the GTG or whatever. He done laid all them niggas out. Yeah, Dante just created, just fucking, just destroyed a whole fraction of people again. Like Lorenzo did. So I'm like, yo, this is crazy, man. We see Kane walking away with a smirk once the chef get killed. I'm like, this nigga shady as hell. We see Tariq talking to we see Milgram at the house, and we see Monet pays her a visit, after looking for Zeke. Obviously, she's trying to mend that fence because, he knows the truth now, and actually I don't see why she was hiding that at this point, but I guess it makes sense because she was lying about his age and shit too to get him in the draft or whatnot. And she walks in, she's talking to Monet, and she's just like, oh, yeah, I lost everything today. I understand. And because Monet comes in and she's like, yo, do you know how it feels to lose? I forget exactly what she said. She's like, you know how it feels to lose? And she's like, yeah, I lost everything. And she was like, you know what? If he got you to come back too, he never gonna come back to me. You just see Milgram like, I'm thinking in my head, Carrie, you better run. If you know what I know, you better get a head start. I don't even know why you let this lady in your house, man. This lady done threatened to kill you multiple times. And then the scene just cuts off. We go to Tariq's dorm. Him and Effie kick Braden out. And I'm like, ooh, they about to get it. They about to start doing it nasty. But you see Tariq visibly is just drained by everything that's been going on. And you can tell what Lauren is really hurting him. And he's just sitting there in a daze. And she's like, yo, what's wrong? He's just like, man, it's just a lot going on. Like, and she tells him, like, the difference was, like, the thing was you couldn't be who you truly are around her. You was being somebody you wasn't. And we see that she sits down next to him and starts kissing him, and and I'm like, okay, so this is who he gonna be with. This is what's going on. Tariq got a crazy rotation right now, man. But when Diana find out, whoo, I can't wait, cause that's what the fuck she get, little snitch, little bitch. Anyway, we see Zeke goofy ass walking in an apartment to Milgram's, and as he's walking in, you just see some feet dangling, and it's assumed that there are Professor Milgram's. So she is gone. She is out of here. Bye bye. Just hanging out. And she made it look like a suicide. That way, nobody suspects anything. So yeah, I like how she did that. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, great episode. I thoroughly enjoyed it. There's a lot of moving parts in here. MVP goes to Davis in Tariq's Ocean 11. Post your comments below. Let me know what you thought about the episode. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And as always, peace, love, and prosperity. One.